What is going on? I'm Zedbot. We're here to talk about Season 9 of Warships. Now, this season has the potential to be very, very bad for some people, so I figured I'd put this video out, hopefully get you through some of the bleak times, help you avoid some problems that people are having. So, obviously, I only did 2 attacks in all of Season 8, so only going to be starting at level 5, which is kind of good for beginners because it gives me the opportunity to give you low-level advice. Now, first of all, Supercell fixed this ever so slightly. You click the claim button, you collect the chest, and then it brings you back to this screen. Much, much nicer. Don't have to click so many buttons. Can collect all those chests. All my annoyances are gone. I think either that or my annoyances were trivial and I was further down the chain previously. Anyways, number 1, in the tech tree, you need to get heavies. Regardless of what you have for defenses or anything else, go get max heavies. This will allow you to at least get 1 engine room, 2 engine room, whatever it might be, and get your daily chests. You need to be able to get your engine rooms. Now, rocket choppas are super, super fun and interesting, but they need some health in front of them. There are just simply, if we look at this tech tree, we've got sniper towers, cannons, more cannons in that choice node, plus some flamethrowers and some machine guns, so lots and lots of things. On my other account, I managed to start the season with a 14 win streak, and that is simply because I focused on heavies and defenses. Everyone will be retreating and be failing at your base, and it's not a super fun thing to be. So, as I said in my sneak peek, get the heck away from 2 engine rooms as fast as you can. And the easiest way to do that is to make sure you can get all your chests, and heavies make sure of that. Now, this is not how I'm going to leave my base, but this back corner is the answer, I think. You can also put them back in here, but just be aware you're going to have a few more defenses because you're going to be more susceptible to air. Get to that in a moment. Nonetheless, let's do some upgrades. First of all, we need to get this up to level there. We're going to go up to level 4, simply because that gives you the opportunity to have 8 boats. Not super, super critical. Probably should get all my heavies first, but I've got a few tokens to spend. So now I'm going to avoid the boom mines for now. Boom mines are super, super useful. And it is, if you're low on unlock keys, going south to get to heavies is not a bad idea because it's only 2 nodes as opposed to 3, 4 nodes, I guess. So I'm going to make sure here this is going to cost 20 plus 20 is 40 plus, I believe this one costs, I can't see the price unfortunately. So nonetheless, danger, danger, make sure, I guess we can just make sure, let's see if I screw things up here. So 20, 20, 22, perfect. I've been using cannons here. I found that cannons have been absolutely perfect. If you're low on unlock keys, like I said, go through the boom mines, make sure you get those heavies. Heavies are absolutely critical. Now, as far as gunboat energy, leave the gunboat at level 1, upgrade your flares. You need to get your flares up to level 2, maybe level 3. Lots and lots of interpretation there. Now, if you went for snipers here, obviously upgrade your snipers first. I went for cannons here, so I'm going to upgrade my cannons first. Cannons just one-shot air, and anyone who moves to rocket choppas, this is going to be incredibly helpful. Anyone who uses heavies and rocket choppas, it's also going to help you there. Next up, I've been using a combo of machine guns and sniper towers. Probably should specialize on one of them, but I'm hoping that I can max out both of these. Machine guns are a little bit cheaper, as you saw there, but it's going to be very, very close. Oh, I almost screwed up. So I said to get max heavies, and then I didn't get max heavies. So max your heavies first. That is critical, critical, critical. I unlocked them and I didn't max them. So max those heavies, you will need them. And now we're going to place all of our defenses. So one thing to be aware of is that I like to put a machine gun right about here, because what's going to happen is people are going to fly their heli chopper, rocket choppas over to the side, and then it's going to drop some Zukas when those explode. So having a machine gun on the left-hand side I've found to be very, very helpful. Otherwise, we're just going to clump the heck out of this. Clumping, 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 forcing people to come all the way up along this skinny little road is not a bad idea whatsoever. I'm going to move this sniper tower back into that corner. I really do like having this sniper tower in that corner, because if they get their offensive troops up against your engine rooms, your sniper tower can still poke away at buildings. Now, the other thing you want to make sure of is that this cannon reaches all the way to that right sideline. I found that also really, really does help people try and get their rocket choppers right up against that sidewall, and we can stop them from doing anything good at all. So we've got all sorts of defenses set up. Great, great, great. The problem is heavies are just so strong, and we're going to have a very difficult time stopping them. So I'm going to put a couple of these low-level flamethrowers up front. If we give them GBE at this point, we don't care, because all they have is flares. They don't have any shocks. They don't have any artillery. They don't have any barrage or even smokes. So getting them to distract on those flamethrowers a little bit means that our cannons in behind can pick them off. Probably want to get one more cannon back even in here, just to get anyone who's going to be coming from the left-hand side. People will try and take this shortcut over to this side. We want to make sure that we can stop them as well. So getting lots and lots of cannons over here, not a bad start. This is a quick 5-second base I threw together as you watched it, obviously. So gonna need some tweaks. I find that I go until I lose twice, 3 times, then I make tweaks. Throw a simple base out there, get going. Now, as far as for troops go, I like to go, this is a fairly good starting point, 4 heavies, 4 rocket choppers. All you're trying to do at this point is make sure that you can take down at least 1 engine room. If you don't have instant training, retreat, get out of the way. Now this base, going to the left, not going to work. That cannon is going to mow down any kind of rocket choppers. So we're going to drop our heavies on the right-hand side, and we're just going to hang out for a little bit. You want to wait and make sure that your heavies are going to get to that cannon right there before your rocket choppers, because rocket choppers are way, way, way faster, obviously. And then once we get somewhere in about here, we're going to flare. And the reason for the flare is the shortest distance for these rocket choppers probably would be over to here. So we need to use a flare to get them over to the side. And as you can see there, my rocket choppers were late. But having them be late is not the end of the world, as long as you avoid all sorts of cannons. Right now, all I'm trying to do is complete this. We're going to make sure we get both engine rooms and hope that they fail. We're at a fairly low level, so chances are that we should be able to make them fail. People are retreating like crazy this season. I have never seen so many retreats at the 2 engine room level, and I think that's simply because I've never maxed my defenses, I don't think. Looks like we're going to lose this one. It appears, I would guess, just based on the fact that they've already taken down one of my engine rooms. Hopefully, we can take this down. It's going to be hit, touch, and go for sure. So what we're going to do is make sure we get way the heck out of the range of that cannon. And at this point, we might be able to, yeah, we can get both engine rooms. And really, that's all it's really important at this point. Make sure you're getting engine rooms, make sure you're getting those chests, because if you're not, then you're not progressing, and then you're just not going to play the game. So with no instant training on this account, obviously I'm a little bit at a disadvantage because I'm going to have to wait sometimes. So we ended up paired against a level above us, which is a little bit unfortunate. Let's have a quick look at that replay, see how they took this base down. So again, same thing, 4 boats of heavies, 4 boats of rocket choppers. Now he dropped or she dropped theirs at the right time. Mine were way, way late. And as you can see here, our defenses just aren't quite doing enough damage yet. Would like to upgrade those machine guns because they should be able to help chew through things. Now, we came pretty close. You see, they've only got 2 rocket choppers left on our first iteration of our base. So maybe we need to do something like this, throw our machine guns side by side, which is going to give us a bit more stopping power against those heavies. And because machine guns have a bit of a blind spot, I like to put them side by side. That way, you're not in the blind spot of both of them at the same time. Probably also should go something maybe-ish. Anyways, carrying on. Hopefully, this video gets you to the point where you can progress, because really, Warships is all about progression, and Season 7, people simply couldn't progress. And if you spend all your tokens and just get rocket choppers, see someone retreating, they just see my base, and that change we made was just so strong. You need to be able to progress. That's the number one thing when it comes to designing a Warship season. Season 7, people couldn't get engine rooms. And if you spend all your tokens and get rocket choppas, I think you're going to be in that exact same situation again. And that was not a happy place for anyone. Supercell was in this uncomfortable spot where people weren't playing. People were whining and complaining. Whining is not the right word. It was legitimate complaints. There are legitimate times to whine, maybe. Anyways, this season, don't sleep on heavies. Rocket choppas are super, super sexy, and they just demand to be used. And I mean, heck, the name of the season is Takes Flight, but wait on taking flight. Level 1 rocket choppas is all you need, and you can get wins with that. I later on have started to upgrade my rocket choppas just to get a bit more speed, a bit more damage, but get out of 2 engine room, and the way to do that is to get all of your chests. Let's do 2 more attacks. At this point, by all means, sign out. I've given you all the information you could want. If you want to hang around, hang around, and let's see if we can't get another couple wins under our belt. Now, this person throwing their machine guns there, I don't know what this thought process is. You're not doing anything, and you're just letting me group up my rocket choppas and get some free GBE. Not that GBE does anything, but I find that having those defenses there actually really, really does help us, as one rocket choppa needs to be flared back before it's absolutely crushed by sniper towers. So I found that you have to be pretty darn on it when dropping your rocket choppas, because they really do like to fly over that gap. One thing to be aware of, there is a bug where your attack won't end if all your troops are dead. So please be kind and retreat. Don't be that guy or girl who sits there and wastes someone else's time. Those people drive me absolutely crazy. And I'm almost certain that none of my subscribers or people who watch my videos would do that out of spite. But I just figured it was worth saying, because those people drive me absolutely, absolutely up the wall. And as you can see here, this strategy there's not a lot to it. All we're doing is dropping our troops, making sure our rocket choppas stay in behind, and we're not losing a heck of a lot of troops. We've lost 2, 4, 6, 7 heavies at this point. All of our rocket choppas are still in reserve, so if you don't have instant training, you can still play without having to worry too much about your troops, as long as you've upgraded those heavies. So spend those tokens, get those heavies upgraded. You're going to get some extra chests, and the chests have a lot of tokens in them at this early stages, so they make a huge difference. We're going to get those heavies maxed, a little bit extra health. As far as this whole extra upgrading to max, I mean, we're going to get 8 extra heavies, so we probably should do that, but it's not high on my priority list because our heavies aren't dying and they're not doing a ton of damage. So that is on my list for later, but for right now, I want a bit more stopping power, so I'm going to wait and get those machine guns upgraded next. So let's just get one more chest. Now, speaking of chests, if you're finding that you're winning, don't open your chests. Wait for your chests to get to a point where you can upgrade them at a higher level. Don't open wooden chests if you think you're going to get up to iron. Don't open stone if you think you're going to get up to legendary. I forget the exact order off the top of my head because I'm a little bit flustered, but you get the idea. Keep those chests. I'll go over that in just 1 second here, because I know that people, every time I show that little hack or that little trick, people ask a lot of questions. So I figure I'll go over that one more time in detail. Now, realistically, what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to flare this cannon, I should say. I'm not going to flare that back engine room, because what you can actually do is get all of your troops heading off where you want them to be. You see these heavies back here? By flaring that cannon, we managed to get our troops going towards 2 engine rooms at the same time, which should speed things up just a touch, potentially. Not entirely sure if that's going to be the case or not, but as you can see here, we've got troops taking down this right engine room, troops also taking this left engine room. So if you're going to send troops across the void there, I should say, flare your rocket choppas to the back left. Your heavies will also head up to that other side. Oops. I said I was going to explain things. So the fact that we've got this, I believe that's a stone chest. Stone chest. If you think you're going to get up into level 11, save those chests, open them when you get up to the iron tier, and you get a whole bunch of extra rewards. So nonetheless, hopefully this helps you plan your upgrade path. I now have maxed machine guns, maxed cannons, maxed sniper towers, and maxed heavies. So just by using those heavies, managed to get a very, very difficult base to take down, and people are going to have to mow their way through a ton of defenses, and they're going to retreat and cry and hide in a corner unless they've maxed their heavies. So that's all for me. Hopefully this is helpful getting you rolling on Season 9. Let me know if you have other tips at the early level, at the mid level. I will be moving to 3 engine rooms ASAP. That 3 engine room tier is just so strong. But first, we're going to get some building health because you're going to need this later on. And that's where I'm not quite sure about these boom mines yet. My whole purpose in Warships is to only unlock things that are going to help us later on. And really, I'm not sure if boom mines are there yet. If you have an opinion on boom mines or anything else in this season's tech tree, please don't hesitate. Leave me a comment down below. I will hopefully respond to you and integrate that into my strategy, and everyone collaborating in comments is a fantastic way to go. Anyways, that's it for me. I'm Zedmont. Thanks for coming in. Peace.